And I think, some of the things that we experience as women of color, or even just, some of the Black men or just minorities in general, sometimes you have these events or incidents that happen. And in the midst of them happening, you almost question your own sanity behind it. Like, okay, wait a minute, am I looking at this wrong, or is this something to do with my gender? Is this something to do with my race? Is this something to do with my ethnicity? And then you start breaking those pieces down and you see it for what it is, and you decide, okay, no, I have to say something. I have to stand up for myself. And um sometimes consequences be damned. I'm gonna have to stand up for myself and see what happens here. So I'm glad that you did that and it didn't rob you of your opportunity to continue. Um
Yeah, and
before
those are like, that's one of the things as far as when I experienced with racism. The other thing that I really don't talk about as much, and I'm just gonna be open up about it here in this forum, because I don't, sexual assault. Or to me, is when you're touching me and you're not supposed to touch me, or grabbing on me. That happened, and it was a male, and he was my superior, and he tried to like do things to make everything uncomfortable for me in my work environment.
mm,
And I had to confront the issue. And at that time, now again, there's so many reporting mechanisms for things, but that's something I experienced. And people witnessed it around me, like, what is wrong? Why is he doing her like that? And he literally just violated me, and then like tried to use his authority to control me.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I experienced that as well. It's unfortunate. I'm glad now that more women are talking, because it happens, and I'm just glad that people have the space to talk about it, because at that point, I really didn't feel comfortable going to anybody. I felt like I was going to get blackballed.
Right.
I just had to stand up for myself and say, look, don't you ever touch me like that again. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. I'm sure that was scary. Like you just like you said, like what am I supposed to do? Like I don't want this, but if I speak up too much, am I gonna get in trouble? Like, and now we're talking about, and this happens. This is your career we're talking about. And now,
yeah.
you talking about that you've had children. At this point with that assault or him, being completely inappropriate, you had your first daughter or no?
Yes, I had my first order.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And so while we on that, you have 4 girls.
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
Um, the oldest is 20, 15, 14, and 12.
Ooh, 20, you got a 20-year-old and a 12-year-old. Okay then.
I'm headed to the home stretches, whatever they say. Like, I'm almost there.
You almost
Look.
there. You got a couple years though, Tiffany. You've got like 8 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
remind you. Okay, so woman in the military. You said you got 4 children. You
Mhm.
mentioned married, and then you said the first time. How many
Yeah.
marriages are we talking about?
I've been married 3 times. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
But things happen in life. Um, Not all my fault. I take full responsibility because I hopped in these situations. But like I said, all I knew was to be a wife. That's what I knew. So you're like, oh, that's what I knew. But now the wiser one, I know. You can't just come and say, oh, I'm gonna marry you. And then I'm like, okay. No, it's not like that. I know what I want. And I'm patient enough to wait for
Mhm.
that, you
Okay.
know.
Know what you want. So I'm hearing that you're not in a serious relationship right now, or you are, or what's happening?
Girl, we're not gonna get into that one.
Oh, now you want to talk about everything else. We'll let you
No,
keep talking to yourself.
no. Whew, honey, it's no, I'm not in a serious relationship. No, I'm not.
Okay, okay. Well, let's we gonna scoot along then.
Right, right.
Okay. Tell me about being a mom then. So a couple of times, if you've been married and divorced 3 times, a couple of these times as you were active in the service, you were a single mom.
Yeah, so, you know, I have to say that my will and determination to not fail at life has really, and God, of course, has really kept me when I felt like everything was falling apart. Because if anybody knows, like, being married, everything is very stressful when you go through divorces and situations like that. But my priority is to raise my girls, give them that foundation, you know. Um, and in order to do that, I have to take care of me. So I
Mhm.
have to mentally take care of me, So I definitely believe in therapy and everything, meditating, everything, whatever makes me feel good to a certain extent that it's not harming me or harming my children. That's for me. Like some of my guilty pleasures, I love to travel. That's my zen. That's what I do. And sometimes I can go some places and I can have a whole bunch of fun, and then sometimes I could just go and just sit on the beach or get like 5 massages the whole stay. Like I know that's just me. That's my thing. So yeah, definitely raising the girls and just keeping them active in sports and whatever I can keep them active, making focusing on their education is my pleasure
Mhm.
as well. And everything else will fall in place, you know.
So who would you say has been your biggest support system with helping you with raising the girls? You've had to, be kind of all
Oh
over the world.
man, shout out to my mama and daddy, Cora Williams and Tara Williams, baby. Listen, my rocks, and also my sister Teria. Like Auntie stepped up her game. Auntie big girl now.
Yeah, because she
But
was
yeah,
a baby at first
yeah, she
now.
was little at first. She grown now. But yeah,
So
shout
I've
out to
seen. I'm like, well,
yeah, my
it's
sister.
beautiful.
I know that's my baby, but yeah, shout out to that's my support system, man. I can God truly bless me with loving, caring parents who not only like pour into me, but they pour into their grandkids too. Like, what other person do you know can get rid of their kids for the entire summer? Okay,
I
I
don't
don't have to worry about.
know a lot of people who can do that.
Listen, I disappear too, and my mom she messes with me all the time. Oh, you don't have any kids? No, those are your kids for the summer. You know.
Yeah, I've met your parents. Your parents are amazing people, really sweet
Yeah.
people. They are.
So shout out to the grandparents. Also, yeah, Taylor, her nana and her dad and everybody, they are amazing. Like shout out to everybody who supports me and has been there through it all. I really appreciate it. Sometimes people feel like you're strong and you go through this and you weather the storm, but all of that support and that energy, it helps you along the way.
Right. Strength takes support. Anything that's strong has had some type of support, either to help it stay strong or to get it started to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, has your career, would you say that your career has been a negative factor to your romantic relationships? Or
Girl,
did I make you go
lis-
cross-eyed?
listen. You know, yeah, I can say that, but again, when a person truly understands you and they know you, none of that'll even matter. Um, so it's gonna happen for me. I'm not even worried about it. God got me. He know my heart and my desires.
Which is
Right now,
what are your desires, ma'am?
I mean, eventually, I definitely want to grow old with my husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, some people don't may not want to ever be married. That's perfectly fine. But me, I want to lay under your armpit at night. You know what I'm saying? That's
You saying though, yeah. But it's like that's like so refreshing to hear. Sometimes you hear people who have been in, you know, difficult relationships or have been in several relationships and they like, I'm done. I ain't got no more love to give. I'm in my HOE phase. I'm about to do, but you are like, you are just a romantic. Like you still like, nah, I'm gonna get my man that's gonna be with me until the end of
and
time.
love me for me, you know.
Yeah.
And you and that's what they love me and my girls, you know,
Mm.
because in this day and time, typically somebody come along, they're gonna have kids too, and that's I got a lot of love to give as well. So I mean, I'm looking forward to that day. But until then, I'm just gonna be patient.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Well, that's interesting that you say that too, because I know you saw the previous chat that I had with Mrs. Kaylin Mumford, and
Mhm.
she mentioned being a package deal. This whole idea of a single woman with children dating, like you're telling people, well, I'm a package deal. Like, Kaylin even used the phrase, I'm a combo. So it's not just me, it's me and my children. But she also said that you have to make sure that your package is something that people want, that is something desirable. So what makes your package desirable? And no pun intended, but the package of mommy with her 4 girls and an accomplished woman.
It's a lot of love, not only from me, but from 4 beautiful girls, and that's the package deal in itself, because anytime we embrace you, it's all love, and that's it. It's me. I mean, it's me. I'm her.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm silly girl, but yeah, no,
yeah.
seriously. No, just being an established woman, a mother. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that says a lot in itself, and you really would have to know like everything, every detail of my life to understand like she's very resilient. Like,
Mhm.
go girl, and if you know that about me, you'll respect that about me. And if you respect that about me, you won't have no problem loving me unconditionally.
Has that ever been a turnoff for a man that you are so resilient and you're obviously an independent woman, you have a dominant, outgoing personality. Like, has that been a problem before?
Um, yeah, for the wrong man.
Okay. For the wrong one. The right one to know what to do with it is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's exactly what you heard. For the wrong one, yeah, maybe it would be an issue, but not for the right one. I'm perfect. I'm in his eyes. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I feel like you should never dumb yourself down just to be accepted. Just come as you are.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. Like, that needs to be your tagline for this video because this is what this is about. Like, me being able to come as I am and talk to people as they are and share those different thoughts. So
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So tell us about being the CEO of Miss Ambitious Eyewear. What is that all about? Why did you start doing that? How can I get some glasses? Um, all of that.
Well, so I always had this thing for like fashion and just clothes and sunglasses, just little things. And I was on a birthday trip and I was like, I shared it with a couple of friends. I was like, I really want to launch my sunglass business. I have a pair that Persuasion was my first pair of sunnies. And everybody was like, go ahead and do it and do it. And so I just did it and it just kind of it's been it. And my daughters, they help me run it when they're around. So it teaches them a lot of responsibilities as well. You can go look at www.ms with a z ambitiouseyewear.com.
So that's MZ, ambitiouseyewear.com. Okay.
Yes, and I'm also on Instagram as Miss Ambitious Eyewear by Tiffany.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We definitely got to plug that. And you need to mention that this is a baby vlog thus far, and you have partnered with me to help get subscribers. So
Yeah,
we close to that 100th mark. When we get to
yeah.
that 100th mark, somebody's gonna get a free pair of eyewear.
Yeah, they may get a couple of pair, just because everybody should support. I feel that's what we need to do as women. We definitely need to support one another.
Mhm.
It doesn't cost a thing to lend a helping hand. I need support too. So it's all about, just being there for one another and being accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate the support. Um,
Aw.
More than anything, I appreciate you giving me your time. Uh, I always tell people like time is something that is very precious. You know, you can't get this 40 plus minutes of your life back, and you gave it to me after a
Yeah.
day of traveling. And just thank you so much.
No problem, girl. No problem. Anytime. And hopefully, what I say, somebody can take it and run with it and let it digest and, flip it up, rub it down, whatever they need to do.
I think so. Like, I
you
mean,
know.
a black woman who, at the age of 18, got up, left the city and the family, everything that she's known, and you ain't never looked back. And it's been a wonderful life, a lot,
Yeah.
lots of
It's
experience.
I am. I truly can say I'm truly blessed. And I've accomplished a lot of things in my life. And despite all the ups and the downs, I still, that's their resilience, kept striving. You got to do it.
Well, thank you again so much for sharing. And
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll have you back because when you find that, when that Mr. Right finds you, I'm gonna be back. We're like, yeah,
Girl,
we got to
listen,
check
speak
in.
it.
Yes, check in. She back with her husband.